And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Giants. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Throwing, Jones. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 31, Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check, 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 check.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw here. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Colts send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now Saquon Barkley. The gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Let's get this.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Dirty base, let's go. Protein spill. Go, go.
Now Lewis here on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Let's put him 66. Bullet, ride. Switch. 59's Mike. Check, 59.
2nd and 3. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd and short. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley shedding the tackle. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
51 the mic, boy.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. able to get there and pick it.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On first down, it's Lewis. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. O'Shane Ximines able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This is taken at the 23. Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Jones, operating from the gun. Open target here, Darius Slayton. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 31-yard line.
Off play action. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready? 50, plant. 51, come on. Here we go, D. Here I come. Big Griffin.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike Bartner. Come on. You better break it. Scene 6. Check. 59.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Ready?
Jones from the gun on third down. Finds his tight end Ingram. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
First down, Colts.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, defense.
They'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A second down run with Lewis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the run, it's Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, defense.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's caught here by Adams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones, he'll buy some time right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the ball.
They'll go to Barkley again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Smith.
Jones now on 3rd down. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
Here we go.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, Zoo. 51 the mic, boys. 51. Get it.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So give him the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. Looking to throw. Jones. Now he's forced out left. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to act.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
On the ready.
I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down, Colts.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them. 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested. And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time. And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step. There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game. Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Jones hit, and the ball's out.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Ross on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. If they can win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Minus 59. Minus 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Lewis out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here we go. Set. 17. Get that home. Slam.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
I know you felt that one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Pretty quiet, G. We're pretty quiet. Go. Ready, go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Colts, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew,